Hey, how are y'all doing? So I thought I'd just post a quick update on this little hack job I put together on this Fender. I added the Eddie Van Halen detuner, and because it's a floating trem, I added this ENGL angle. It's a floating trem stop that you can just pull out and adjust, and it'll let you put a block on it so that it no longer goes back, but it will still do dive bombs, which is kind of cool. So you can lock that in, and then you've got the detuner where you can do drop D while that's locked into place, and play it like a drop D tuning, or take this back up to E and play it like a regular tuning, and then if just pull that out right there and loosen that up, and it'll allow you to take this to a full floating tremolo, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of getting me pretty close to my dream guitar. When I was a kid, I had a white kind of Fender copy, and I always liked that guitar. Made a mistake and ended up breaking the headstock on it, and ended up just kind of losing that guitar over the years. But this was sort of the dream guitar for me, something like this. A little bit of a tribute to the Van Halen stuff, just without the stripes. And but I was thinking I might, if I do any further modification, I was thinking what I would do is maybe change the electronics here, drop the tone knobs, just take it down to a single volume, and a 2 pickup toggle switch between these 2 pickups, get rid of the center pickup, and maybe add a kill switch. And I think that would kind of take this guitar to the place I'd like to have it. I'm really liking it. It plays pretty well for a pretty much a stock player Strat, made in Mexico player Strat. It plays really nice. It had been modified and plecked before I got it. Somebody had put some effort into it, and had changed out the floatoroids to this Grotto tuner, and so it's kind of got some cool upgrades that were already happening on it already. And then with the angle trem stop and the detuner added to it, it's added a lot of versatility to this guitar, and so I'm kind of thinking that next thing that I want to do to maybe modify it is those additional changes I mentioned with the electronics. So we'll see how that goes when I'll get around to that, but just kind of giving an update on this player Strat. I picked it up used for things like $600 or something like that, and it had already had those additional changes on it, and so kind of made these additional modifications myself with the finish, changed that up, and you can check out the other video that I did on that, and just sort of the additional hack job modifications that I've done, and just sort of personalized the guitar and made it my own. There's certainly sort of a feeling I think you get when you put some effort into changing up a guitar. Certainly you can spend the money on a stock guitar and that kind of stuff, but to be able to do something kind of custom on your own and kind of customize it yourself, there's certainly a kind of cool feeling of pride you get when you put that effort forth and just kind of spent time on it. Certainly enjoying this guitar. This will be sort of my go-to guitar for rock stuff that I might do. Even with the trem, it works as great as a go-to guitar for surf music, for jazzy kind of stuff with the chords, and I'll use it for you know, quite a few different things. But it's definitely a pretty versatile guitar, and pretty happy with it. So anyhow, hope you guys do well, and have a good one.